Greetings to the family. This is a moment of truth and natural wisdom. Yeah, so today we are talking about Constitution Article number 2 under Chapter 1. Yeah, so Chapter 1, Article number 2 of the Ghana's Constitution. I want you to know your Constitution so that you know your right. Now, it's the enforcement of the Constitution. Enforcement of the Constitution. I already inform you that the Constitution is the Bible of the country. The Constitution is what governs the country. It set up the procedures. It set up and it tells us the do's and the don'ts of the country Ghana. Today we are talking about enforcement of the Constitution. Now, clause 1 or say any person who alleges that A, an enactment or anything contained in or done under the authority of that or any other enactment, or B, any act or omission of any person is inconsistent with or in a contravention of a provision of this Constitution may bring an action in the Supreme Court for declaration of that effect. We are enforcing the Constitution. You have to help in the enforcement of the Constitution so that you will not be forced to obey the Constitution. Yademraba. Now, not to say you are also helping in the enforcement of the Constitution. Ekobasa will be meforso se emrano diso. You are helping in the enforcement of the Constitution because you know the merits or the importance of that Constitution. You see the Constitution as gold. You see what I'm saying? And in that case, you are helping in the enforcement of the Constitution. Na wo boa se emra enya dwuma no bia no na kyese wono nso oye de etene ewo oman mu ekoba sa obi mefo so no se onkodi mra so wo ehunu mra no a na ye kire wo se mra nie enti whether you like it or not, obey the laws or the rules. What you say now? So clause 1 enti obi biara, clause 1 is obi biara obi hu se ade bi wo mra no ho a ono wo hwa bi a entwa yi no. What you say, which is inconsistent or is in contravention of the provision of this Constitution, you may bring actions to the Supreme Court. What you say? Any pebiara obaya diebia any Constitution any ebo brano. Not just a say any pan will be drawn attention. Say minimum de wuye. Minimum mimra. Constitution ya ebabe komuni nyina. De oye ne tiamra. Ekobasa se wo kire say any pan say emra efie eye court ubeli di se nipa no na woni na komra efie na emra no a kire ne se enipa somasi ka kire yense wo bo na som ye bie emra no nso article se kire se wo bi bo obi asom a se na ese mfanye no ya fie na mka ko ese me de ache no bia me ko bompa ye de ache no there be ebi ni hosa. What you say? Clause number 2, the Supreme Court shall for the purpose and our Constitution or the same clause 1 also say kire se say ade bi a wonti ase o Constitution no so utimi san de by a very deep statement right there. Ade bi a wonti ase o Constitution no, anything that you don't understand in the Constitution can also to be able to get more explanation. You have to be in the court. Do not be afraid of the court. It came to my notice yesterday in the evening that people even afraid to go to the court because the people even said they fear the court. Who court to die? No, slow. He feared the building, the court building, the circuit court building. Oh, chemu hokra no de America because nfu benya problem wo slow court. No, your Constitution is in the court. If you get the Constitution in you, the Constitution lives in you, it's part of you. You recite it every day. If that happens, you don't fear court. The judges and the lawyers become your friend. If you don't understand anything about the Constitution according to the clause 1, go there. Let them know. Obi ade bi etia Constitution nso a eno an se wo de say nipa ne ko straight no ache nse me hu se menu bi atomra. Na clause 1 no under chapter 1 of article 2 no. Ese yemfa enipa so masimra na mra no eni ni. You have to know how to speak like what is written in the there's a language in the Constitution. That is what people don't understand when the lawyers begin to speak the languages in the Constitution, the articles and stuff, and you don't understand. So today, I am giving you the vim. I am giving you the motivation. Do not be afraid of the court. The lawyers and the judges are your friends. Now, Clause 2. The Supreme Court shall, for the purpose of the declaration under Clause 1 of this article, make such orders and give such directions as it may consider appropriate for giving effect or enabling effect to be given for a declaration so made. I already explained. Clause 3. Any person or group of persons to whom an order or direction is addressed under Clause 2 of this article by the Supreme Court shall duly obey and carry out the terms of the directions. Enti obetumi ayabone atiawo na wo de ne court na endamomra no so atwena so enipa biara ebe na momra yi so atwena so say ye bo ne ka e ka ne timi ye fine ese say nipa no ede anidie ema emra no nti no ese wodi so na asotwen biara ye de be ma no no wo de eto akwan mu pepepe. That is what Clause 3 of Article number 2 under Chapter 1 is saying. Clause number 4. Failure to obey or carry out the terms of an order or direction made or given under Clause 2 of this article constitute a high crime under this Constitution and shall, in the case of the President or the Vice President, constitute a ground remover from office under this Constitution. MPB a obeshe mo bose obeye kwan na mamona wanye no. Wutimi gina sa article yiso de ne kokot se wadi montro enti yenyina so na yanje ni post emfre nsem. That is when all the community knows their rights. Now, you talk about the e-levy na ya passing. It's a very good step for a developing country like our own, Ghana. It's a very, very greetings to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and happy birthday to the president Osanjefo Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. People were saying he don't qualify to be Osanjefo and him for be Ghana more for more Osanjefo. But we don't see anything they are doing for us. To me, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo qualifies for Osanjefo long time ago. Do not be hypocrites. Nana Akufo-Addo qualifies for Osanjefo. Nti se Ghana mampanyini mpo ena atomra under this Constitution. Utimi gina mra no so. Na o request say yema papa ne mfa na konwa ento ho. With the substantial evidence based on this Constitution. What you say? Se papa na tomra kese enti yema papa no mfa na konwa ento ho na obi foforo emetoa amamuo no so. Based on the Constitution. Enye de sem enya demonstration sem ne yisem unim nyansa unkoyi dede. What you say? Unim nyansa de umfa hunyim o kasa wo mra kwan so o kasa nso na bia ye din because you know what you are talking about. Based on the Constitution, you can even file a claim against the president and let them know that maybe one or two attitudes or actions of the president goes contrary to what is written in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So the Supreme Court should, investigate. You see what I'm saying? Now, clause number 5. A person convicted of a high crime under clause 4 of this article, A, shall be liable to imprisonment not exceeding 10 years without an option of fine. Inti nipa bia no a obeto emra no a ewo clause 2 no clause 4 no clause 4 no ye failure to obey the Constitution ne keke no is coming down to clause 1. Inti no most of the imprisonment punishment, there are exceptions in the Constitution, but most of the imprisonment punishment, don't go beyond 10 years. Most of the and every year in the prison is supposed to be 8 months. Every year, 8 months, which we will go deep into the Constitution. What you say? 10 years. Inti enipa, there are exceptions, felonies, criminal attitude near the bioha. But minor failure to obey the Constitution under Article 2 no calls for 10 years of imprisonment. Section B, not be liable for election, for an appointment, for public office for 10 years, beginning with the date of the expiration of the term of imprisonment. After they have served in the prison for 10 years, they have to wait for additional 10 years before they will be liable, before they will be ready for position in the government, before, no one is above the law. Mama Ebony, Mama Ebony, what you say? After Yachina tomorrow in a jano no. Or so what tenafie for 10 years, and son or Baba be president. By it make us your quatri will be got to money in free place, and obey a president, and obey say. We are following the Constitution. It tells us what we should do. Is what I'm saying. So this is Constitution Article number 2 of the Republic of Ghana. Any person that alleges that an enactment or anything that is contained in or done under the authority of or any other enactment, or B, any act or omission of any person. Omission is so we unye inyimu. What you say? Inyimu. Aya the mrashe police in insemse wamwana enforcement of the law no police. And a boame one a law enforcement officer. So police ni bi ba boni bi si. Na police ni bi ma wo adwumaden. Mu nyina mu ko wi abirechiri. But yama will be 10 years. O dia yama 5 years. According to the Constitution, which may file claim against such officer. You were in the court. Munyina mukuwia adie bako, munyina mukuwia 10 Ghana. Judge no will be 20 years. By Emrano cross say a man 10 years. Judge no Emma wait 10 years. And woman will be so ibia 15 years. Why a man 15 years no? Which may file claim it has a judge no? Because you know the Constitution. The Constitution says under Article 2 you are not supposed to go above 10 years. Omission so we yimu. In the helping or the enforcement of the laws of the country, no. Ye nyina ye boa me ya enforce law. Nti nipa no ono we law enforcement officer no. Sa we mo ye driver for me no na moto mra no. Na ye je ba ko 5 Ghana. Na ye je ba ko so 20 Ghana. Ye je the 20 Ghana no omission bi abem. Lawyer no nipa no wo boa se ye enforcement no we yi mra ne bi afrim. Esen ko ma mra ne ye pepepe no wa mra ne bi adi obi ache obi. Na chese waye nyiyimu omission wayimu. What you what you have to do is obefutime file claim against such officer, and they will be in trouble according to the Constitution. They can lose their job according to clause number according to clause number 4 of the Constitution. They can lose their job. Even if that is the President of the Republic, they can be removed from office right away. That is under clause number 4. What you say? So Article 2 no enforcement. Until you don't want a law in America, you have or more law enforcement officers. Police officer is a law enforcement officer. Judicial system no judges and lawyers. They also help in the enforcement of the laws. And you know our traditional leaders also have a local laws that because based on our cultural principles supposed to help shape the society in the elimination of crime and all of that. And if you on the higher level, if you realize wahini be punishing nipa mi no, na ba ko punishment so che ba ko. Meanwhile, mu nyina mo ye bone kra. Nobody is above the Constitution. You pull your Constitution out, you let them know say wayin yimu. What you say? That is article number 2. Yeah. Maybe I better say article number 3.